Thank you so much for checking out this free video. If you don't mind, please click like and subscribe. Thing on the show because I felt like it was done for me. We had an NXT Origins video with Finn Balor. Now, granted, this was a good video. It's him doing an interview, and he says, you know, before I came to NXT, I was just a wrestler. I just did wrestling matches. But I came here, and I went from a wrestler to a superstar. And without all these years in NXT, I wouldn't have been as successful on Raw, SmackDown, or WrestleMania. I look back on those times fondly, the happiest years of my career. And when it was over, I just thought, this is a damage control video is what this is. This is them doing damage control because this show has been so horrible lately that they're trying to put over how great. Oh, Finn, he loved his time here. He loved his time here a decade ago.
Remember the good stuff we did?
In 10 years, when they do one of these for Javon, that's when I'm going to actually quit. Zarya versus Thea Hale. We had more distraction, of course. Tatum ends up attacking Izzy outside the ring. Chase her through the ring right in front of the referee. This is not a DQ, but it does distract Zarya, who is then rolled up and pinned. Atrocious finish. And then Laney and Fallon come out afterwards, and Zarya ends up grabbing Thea and giving her the F5 instead of teaming up with her to beat up the heels. No JC, so I presume she's going to Saudi.
And in a weird situation, the two women from Fatal Influence came out to fight Zarya and Thea. But when Zarya beat up Thea and stood by herself, they went, no, we're scared now, we'll leave.
Yeah.
So they were willing to fight two, but not one.
Then we had Andre Chase versus Keanu Carver in a qualifier. And nobody really cared about the match. They did chant Carver's going to kill you, which he did. Just pretty much destroyed the guy. And I don't like his finish at all. He's got this thing where it starts like a running power slam, like a Davey Boy Smith power slam. But instead, he puts him on the shoulders, and then he starts walking, and he quickly spins him down to the ground. And it's different. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it.
But it's less impactful.
It's so much less impactful. It's so much less, like, just use a running power slam, dude. It looks way better. So anyway, he kills Andre afterwards, rammed him into the exposed buckle, stomped his head into the steps.
Murdered this poor dude.
Yeah, and I think the fans were chanting, thank you, Andre, like they think he's getting cut now. So that was that.
After that beating, you might wish he was.
Then I was like, what the heck's next on this show? And in fact, they come back and everyone is in the ring to hype up the ladder match. And I do have to give credit to Legacy and Drake, both Evolve guys, ironically. Everybody in the ring here, there are no graphics, and those two guys are the only guys smart enough to mention their own names multiple times during their promo. So then Ricky Starks comes out. Of course, he's the biggest star, but they do give him a graphic because it's NXT. And then a giant brawl breaks out, and Joe Hendry returns from the grave, and he hits Ricky with his finish. But then Carver walks up, and he hits him with his weird power slam thing. And then instinctually, because like he must do this over and over, he hits his move and goes for a cover. And then realizes it's not a match, and so he has to stand up. And that was the end of the show.
A very contrived promo segment.
I don't like this show. And I can actually...
It was not its best.
It was around April or May that I think it really started descending. And at first it started with, no offense, Lance, when they started having all these TNA guys on the show, and all of a sudden it was no longer like an NXT show. It was like, we're just doing interpromotional stuff, and, you know, there's no real NXT, there's no NXT storylines. It's all this NXT TNA thing. And it just evolved from there. It just like went off a cliff. So whatever happened in like, whenever that was, March, April of last year, it's been an atrocity ever since. They've run off, shouldn't say run off, like all of the best talent got called up. There's no talent. The horrible finishes...
Well, there's some talent.
Well, there's some, but I mean, I'm in a rush. I'll talk about this with Vinny. Hey, if you love this clip, have I got a deal for you? WrestlingObserver.com. Do you have a commute? Do you work out at the gym? Do you like listening to audio on your headphones or your earbuds or whatever the kids use today? Well, WrestlingObserver.com will give you all the audio you'll ever need in your life. Over 15,000 audio shows. Every audio show that we have ever done, dating back to 2005, is available for subscribers at WrestlingObserver.com. Every time a new show comes out, you can podcast it directly to your phone. If you have a commute, as noted, if you go to the gym, if you like to lift weights and listen to Granny review soap operas, well, WrestlingObserver.com gets you full access to all of these shows and all of these archives. You can go back and listen to TNA reviews from 2010. You can go back and listen to reviews of every WWE pay-per-view, every big story that's ever happened in wrestling. You can get access to that at WrestlingObserver.com. Plus, full access to the Wrestling Observer newsletter every week. 40,000 words of news and information in pro wrestling. Why get all your scoops off Reddit, which aren't even accurate most of the time? Go right to the source, the Wrestling Observer newsletter. You also get Observer archives dating back to 1990. So check it out today. Thousands of issues of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, tens of thousands of hours of audio, all for $12.99 per month or as low as $9.99 if you sign up for a year. You'll never run out of audio if you subscribe to WrestlingObserver.com. So head up there, check it out today, and I'll talk to you again after a while.